Hi, my name's Roman Peshke, and this is day 2 of me building an AI agency in public. I'm going to walk you through a system I just built that'll make a lead magnet MVP in under 2 minutes. You could sell this to a coach or consultant for probably a couple grand realistically. And then I'm going to go through some brand stats and some strategies that I'm taking daily. But before we get into that, I'm just going to show you how this whole system works. It's going to use a software called Appify to scrape a YouTube transcript, clean it up, and then send it into a Google Doc formatting GBT module that I made, spit it out into a Google Doc so we can make some edits before saving it as a PDF. This one here generates an image to use as the creative for the ad, throws it in our Google Drive folder. Then this one makes some ad copy for us so that we can have ads up and running in just under 5 minutes. So here is Appify. I'm going to go ahead and run this. You just paste in the YouTube URL and hit start. And then I will run this automation here and let that go. If you have questions about how to build this out, I can make a video going through step by step, so just kind of leave a comment. And if that's something you guys want, then I'll go ahead and do it. But while that's running in the background, let's go over the rest of the agenda. So I'm going to go over brand stats, some strategy and execution, and then in the future, if you guys have questions, I'll go ahead and answer those at the front end of this, kind of provide some value. So the strategy for today, or I guess the execution, was I picked a niche for the agency, going for coaches and consultants because I have background there in past businesses. Made an MVP generator for my existing coaching and consulting partners just to kind of get a proof of concept out there into the market. I wrote out my social proof because I wanted to create an Upwork profile today, kind of following the Nick Sarayev blueprint for how to start an AI agency. I'm not in his course or anything, but he puts a bunch of free stuff out on the internet. So wrote out my social proof, created the Upwork profile, and then I made a post in a school group just kind of showing off what I'm doing with my existing business partners and showing that I know something about AI and automation, hopefully warm that audience up. Here's a quick look at my Upwork profile so you can kind of get an example. All I did was find people in Nick Sarayev's group, find their Upwork profiles, and then just kind of copy it because I figured they probably listened to what he was doing. So yeah, you can see skills, portfolio, everything here. My profile says it's at 100%. I'm not sure why my work history is empty. That's not accurate. Should be filled out. Interesting. Let me go back to this. Yeah, it says 100%. So not quite sure what's going on there, but I did fill it out. Anyways, that's enough about that. Let's go back to this system here, and it looks like it's done. So if you set a timer, it's probably like minute and a half maybe. And then inside of our Google Drive folder, there we go, we have our image to run for the ad. We have our lead magnet, which is like a direct sales letter, kind of Dan Kennedy style. Not really, but to the point, conversational, walking through, delivering tons of value. And then we have a little ask at the end that tells them to join the paid group. All right, so you just make your edits, save it as a PDF. You have your image to run as the ad itself. And of course you could change this to generate like 3 images at once. This was just kind of a minimal viable product of a minimal viable product. And then over here in our spreadsheet, we have our ad copy, which I ran a bunch of tests earlier, but here's the most recent. Tired of no-shows killing the program, blah, blah, blah. This is all specific to the niche. But yeah, that's pretty sweet. We got some ad assets up in under 2 minutes just from a YouTube transcript. So how a coach would apply this is taking their most popular video with something valuable, pasting it in there, then it goes through, shoots out the lead magnet, then run it as paid ads, see if people are into it. If they are, you can double down, make a more valuable version of the asset, or just keep it as is and build up your email list or get them to book a call, kind of whatever the goal is. All right, so next up is going to be some brand stats because I am trying to build a personal brand off this. So take a look at my channel analytics. I have 69 views, nice. 3 subscribers, +1 from whenever in the last 28 days. Watch times 1.5 hours, and yeah. So that's about it from me, and I'll see you guys in the next video.